Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. Can you believe it's been 50 days since Unfinity came out? Yes, we have had a whole nother standard set since then, and a mere 4 days from now, we get Jumpstart 2022. So, much like you, I completely forgot about Unfinity, and then I looked on my Kanban board of videos to make this morning, and I saw, oh yeah, Unfinity Draftbox 50-day update. Okay, let's go do it. Now, the cool thing is, I have done some updates with this tool. I spent about 6 hours on Sunday adding some new capabilities, so we're going to look at that today also. So we still have the ability to do daily boxes sold, which we never really used. And Unfinity way out here, what did we get up to? Oh, about just short of 3,000 boxes sold through all of pre-release and up into 50 days after release. But now we can look at things like daily spend, and this just very subtly changed because if the price of the product is not changing much, then the daily spend is just the daily price of the product times the daily boxes sold. So these plots will often look pretty close to each other. Here, I'll switch it back. Watch. Yeah, see, it just shifts a tiny bit. If you had really dramatic changes in price, then you would see a big difference. But then I added cumulative spend, which is going to look a lot like cumulative boxes sold, but you can come get numbers out of here. And now keep in mind the vertical axis is thousands of US dollars. So when this says 294, it's $294,000 cumulatively spent on TCG Player on this product since its release. And so maybe we can put this up against something else in the same time period. Yeah, Dominaria United, and we see Dominaria United blew it out of the water on every metric, even at higher prices, it did so. And even after the prices crashed after release, it still stayed well ahead on cumulative spend. So you can use this to kind of see where is the money going in the market. And of course, there are potentially other more interesting comparisons you can make. So let's go back, and I've changed this horizontal axis to instead be days relative to release to be actual calendar dates. Okay, so we'll put that on here. And then we'll add Dominaria United, and we'll add Brothers War, and pay attention to the legend here so that you know which line is which. But you can actually get an idea of, in this time period, where was money being spent. And of course, keep in mind that Brothers War came out November 8th, so its release day was, somewhere around here. And I haven't pulled all these data for Dominaria United all the way from mid-October. I think the last video I did on it was basically this same video. It was 50 days post-release. And these are set boxes for Dominaria and Brothers War and draft boxes for Unfinity. But when you're talking about cumulative spend, it normalizes across the box type. So it really doesn't matter what box type it is. It drills down to where are people actually putting their money. And so I think that's interesting. And you can start to see how differences in the size and the relative position of these lines works with the cumulative boxes against the cumulative spend. Of course, when I come back in a couple days and I have the November update for Flesh and Blood sales, I've got some other new capabilities for that I added in that'll be cool to show. I haven't really talked about Unfinity, though. We all forgot about it. It's an unset. They're never that popular. And even though it was standard priced, it really didn't command much money in the market. So there's not a lot to say. Everyone's already forgotten. We're about to move on to Jumpstart 2022, which will be interesting to watch because it is a quasi-constructed product. There is some randomness to it in various dimensions, but it is not a real randomized product like a standard set is. And so it'll be interesting to see how the market receives it right now. It'll be interesting to see what kind of new cards get put into it. New cards with good value, like original Jumpstart had Tiny Bones and Allosaurus, and good high quality reprints that the market actually desires, like original Jumpstart had Rhystic Study. So, a lot depends on the content of the set towards how good it does in the long run. So, Unfinity, I don't think we're going to see some giant bounce in price, some sudden realization that there's some huge value in the set that we've just kind of ignored up until now. I think the sales, the cumulative box sales, are going to be pretty flat the next time we look at this 50 more days from now. And I expect it to just be quiet and boring. So let me know what you think, guys. It was good to finally get those added capabilities into this plotting tool. I've been putting that off for a long time, but like I said, sat down for about 6 hours yesterday and just pounded out the code and did a bunch of bug fixing and testing on it. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. Thanks a lot.